Hey, good morning. So it's been a few weeks since I've been up here at Bear Ridge, and I'm excited to be back again today. And it's just always beautiful up here. It's not too hot right now, but it's supposed to get up to 91 today, so it'll be warm, but that's all right. As long as it's not raining, I can get work done, and even if I sweat a little bit. So we're going to start out by just kind of checking all the fluids on the mini excavator and make sure everything is topped off and running fine. And then we're going to get down to the pile where we were working last time and see if we can get more progress moving down through. My goal really is to get this whole area cleared out down here. Well, not cleared out necessarily, but cut up and set up in a way that hopefully I can this fall or whenever it's a little bit more conducive to doing so, do some burning down here. And anyway, just need to make progress. It feels like it's a little bit overwhelming still, although I have pretty much cleared the whole road, as you've seen. So that actually was a lot of progress, but there's still some big piles that need to move, including this big one at some point needs to be cleared out and moved somewhere and cleaned up. So anyway, that, and also I need to remember to kind of talk about why I bought the mini excavator, other than the obvious that I can use it for this, but kind of how I think I said in the first video when I revealed that I bought it, I told you I'd tell you more about why and what I plan to use it for, in addition to what you're already obviously seeing me do tree cleanup. So more on that in this video at some point. So hey, it's a wonderful day out here to get to work and enjoy the amazing outdoors, God's creation. So let's get to it, and let's get started on today's project. All right, everything's looking good. One of the things I learned last time, I ran this, and I don't know exactly why, but when I ran the throttle up at 3/4, and just because I needed to get a little further and I was trying to move a little quickly, and after I left it there for maybe a half an hour or less, it started to overheat. So I found that if I leave it right at half throttle, it works perfectly, and then I finished the whole day, probably 9 hours in this thing, doing work over at my neighbor's, helping him do some pulling up a bunch of trees and leveling out in an area where he could build on. So anyway, I discovered that in the process, so always learning something. I think we're ready to go. Everything looks good. I did add some more of the coolant to it. I think that was part of it. While I was overheating, it was kind of boiling off some of that, so hopefully that's all it is and it's not leaking. But I'll keep an eye on it and check it each time I use it, and if I have to add a little, then I have to add a little, so no big deal. All right, time for a little break here. Go pull some of the footage off the trail cams. Actually, I got one of them already. We'll go down and get the one by the brook. I haven't been down there in a while. And, whew, man, it's intimidating how much I have left here still. Because these piles are much bigger than these piles. And, yes, I have come all the way down the road, so I can't forget that, but it's just slow going, unfortunately, but that's all right. It needs to be done, and I get to be outdoors and get good exercise, fresh air, and enjoy this beautiful place. Of course, we definitely always have deer out here. I've had a lot of deer on the trail cams. I probably ought to do another video soon showing you the whole, I just walked into a big spider web. Whole family of deer with a buck and a little fawn and a doe all together. I haven't seen any bear lately. It's just that one. In fact, I don't even know if I ever put that in the video. I need to put that up in the video for you, but this is the spot right here where I first saw him. Going through all these cobwebs. So I love this little dongle that I have here. Maybe I have to put a link to this. I think I got it on Amazon, so maybe, whoops, I have to get a link to it. But it's plugs right into my phone and dumps the video files or picture files right onto the phone. Super fast too, much faster than hooking it into my computer for some reason. When I hook the when I usually hook those memory sticks into the computer, it just takes a little while. But for some reason, it's very fast with this, so I like it a lot. And then I can watch the videos on my phone to see what's there. So I'll probably go back up and check out and see what I've gotten. And then, of course, when I get home, I can upload it to my server or to my computer. So, but yeah, this has grown up quite a bit. You remember, this is an area that I cleared out a while back, started clearing before I got the excavator in here and cleared the road. This was one of my projects. Get back here and clear it again. At some point, we'll get a little bit of a roadway coming down over, so I can bring the tractor down, and we'll get maybe a bush hog or something, brush hog, a rotary cutter, whatever you call them, so that we can kind of keep this cleared down and nice. But for now, it's just natural and beautiful. And I got a couple big, good-sized trees. I mean, I don't know how big that one's. Probably 3 feet across, diameter-wise, and then goes up. And it was interesting when you see some of the, oh man, this bug flies. When you see some of the drone footage, and you see those pine trees, that are probably 50, 60 feet that I took down, they're dwarfed by these massive oaks and gumball and maple and what else I've seen in here, poplar. So it's interesting how they've just, they've fed off the brook, and they grow like crazy. So even though they're down probably 10 to 12 feet below, well, a lot more than that actually, because some of those trees are way up there, 20 feet lower, they still tower over higher. I don't know if I explain it right, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, all right, let's get back up and then check out the video footage. These little red markers, these are the original walking trail that we had long before we took down any trees. And it went right up through here. All right, so I told you I'd share a little bit about why I bought the excavator, and I mean, beyond the obvious of being able to dig up and move trees. I had originally rented one, and it was not inexpensive, and it was bigger and certainly more powerful machine than this one, but this one's all I need. Anyway, when I started looking into the cost of what it costs to, do some basic stuff that I needed done, as far as like helping get my driveway right, eventually digging out for the septic system, and what it would cost to dig out a basement, because I'm going to build a house with a basement as well. I discovered that it was about the price of buying this old used one at an auction. So I'm at a point right now where I don't really want to, the money I've saved to build the house, I don't want to start the house yet because I really want to get all this cleaned up first. And also because the way the economy is right now, I mean, everything is just a lot more expensive for houses, building, even contractors. So I figured that if I bought the excavator, did this myself, it would pay for itself with just the basement and the septic alone, not to mention all the other stuff that I can do with it. And I also can probably make a little bit of money with it on the side in the future. Not a lot, because I don't want to be in this business once I retire. But anyway, so when I did the math and also looked at, you know, how much joy you get from doing this kind of stuff and the sense of completion and, you know, transforming, you know, this into something that's really usable, and eventually, of course, I'll have a stone driveway down through here. I just felt like it made sense for me to go ahead and dip into the money that I'd saved for the house, put it into the excavator, and then I would get that back by not having to spend it all on having somebody else do the work and then have it done, and then nothing else to show for it going forward. Whereas with the excavator that I own now, I can do all kinds of stuff, all the projects and things that I want to do beyond just building the house. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. You know, again, it was a big decision because they're not inexpensive, but the fact that I was able to get it at a very, very good price, I felt, at an auction versus trying to buy one outright, which they're, you know, like I said, I've seen them in a little better condition, but I've seen them for double of what I paid for this. So anyway, yes, it'll need more love and attention and maintenance, but I don't mind doing that too. That's just more projects for me. So anyway, hope that makes sense. I just thought I'd share that with you. I know that was, I had mentioned that earlier. I was watching the other day, that old video, and I said I was going to tell you, and I never did. So that's mainly it. You know, you can kind of figure out too that it's a very versatile machine, and it will serve many purposes. I've already used it to help one of my neighbors get some things done that he just wasn't going to be able to do without something like this. And so that felt good to be able to do that for him, and get more experience with it. And I'm feeling very confident with the machine now, and it's just been fantastic. So anyway, just stalling before I get back to work. It's very hot out here, especially when the sun comes back out. So, but I'm gonna get back to it. All right, so it's been a long day. I didn't record a lot of it because my video camera keeps shutting off, overheating, something. It's having trouble. I put a new memory card in it, but it still just isn't working right. So anyway, I think I got enough footage. I got some drone footage and made good progress today. And so I think that's it. I think I'll wrap it up here. So as always, thank you for helping me create things, fix things, and enjoy God's amazing creation outside. I appreciate also if you like this video and you want to see more, hit the subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell to get notified when new ones come out, which is just about every week, and share with a friend, and I appreciate that. So until next time, have a fantastic week, and I will see you on the next project. Bye now.